Welcome back to my channel, everybody. Hope you're having a great Thursday evening. I thought I would do a little bit of a tutorial tonight with some Stream Deck stuff. First of all, please click on subscribe and click the bell so that you're notified whenever I upload new content or go live or something like that. And also, if you could click the like button for me, I'd really appreciate that. Comment below as well. Put a little emoji down there or something, just anything, just to have some engagement. Appreciate that. So I guess without further ado, we'll get started on this tutorial. It's not going to be long and drawn out. I'm just going to show you a couple little things, and then maybe I'll do more tutorials later if you guys like this one. Let's get started. All right. So first of all, I am showing you my top-down camera right here, which makes it easier for me to point to things for you and everything. And then I also have me on camera, and then as well as my Stream Deck app right here on the screen, over here on the right side, right over there. That's you should be able to see my mouse moving around, seeing me scroll over here on the right side of the page there. That's all your plugins and everything. I've already made some buttons. I did record this a couple different times. The sound wasn't quite right, but I think I got my sound right now. Close enough anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and re-record it because I want it to be able to, I want you to be able to hear me well. So anyway, I did go ahead and create some buttons and some profiles and things. Let me kind of explain a little bit about the Stream Deck. So as you can see down here, I've got two of this size. That's the Stream Deck XL. And I've got one of these. This is a Stream Deck Plus. And then I have one of these Stream Deck Mini. That's the smallest one. And that's the first one I ever got. Anyway, so these Stream Decks make it easy to automate things. Not really automate, but make it a lot easier to make things happen. Like, for example, if you want to switch your, your camera scene, all you got to do is push a button. That's it. And then go back. If you want to play a sound, it's as simple as that. So it makes it nice. There are so many different ways to configure these. You can have up to 10 pages. Let me see if I can go back over here for a minute. We're going to kind of start over here. Let me get one of these buttons right here. Okay, so as you can see, there's a left and a right. That would just mean, previous page, next page. And if you're on page 1, which is where we're at, as you can see over here on the screen, I'm circling it. And if you hit the back button, it's going to take you to page 10. See? Just like that. And I need a next one on this one. So if you hit the next and you're on page 10, it takes you over to 1. If you hit next, it takes you to page 2, so on and so forth, all the way through. So that's pretty self-explanatory, okay? So those are pages. So if you're using up 2 buttons with these next and previous buttons, then that leaves you 30 buttons per page, okay? Because there's 32, so you're using up 2 for navigation, so that leaves you 30. So 10 pages times 30 buttons, that's 300 buttons, folks. I mean, that's a lot of buttons. Now, I use profiles. For example, if you look on the screen over here, look on the screen. If you look over there, it says Stream Deck XL. That's this one. Okay? Underneath that, it says Camera Stuff Tutorial. I only named it tutorial because that's what I'm doing right now, is a little bit of a tutorial. So that's your profile name. This is your device name, Stream Deck XL. This is your profile name, Camera Stuff Tutorial. Okay? And this profile has 10 pages created that I made just to show you. You don't have to create all 10 pages. You can just go with 1 or 2 or whatever. But I wanted to show you the capabilities. So I have already created one button. It says main cam, if you see that. And that's right there, main cam. And to get to this page, this, let me see. Let me just go to page 10 for a second here. Now, on your Stream Deck Plus, on mine anyway, the way I have it set up, I use profiles. This is the camera stuff tutorial profile. Okay. Now, if I push this camera stuff button, it's going to load over here. As you saw, see, I went to page 10, so I'm on page 10 right now, right here, and right here. Okay. If I push camera stuff, it's going to take me to page 1 again of camera stuff tutorial. And that's what it did. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Same thing with this button right here, YouTube stuff. You can't see it. I'll show it to you in a minute. But YouTube stuff, if I press that button right there, it's going to load over here. And it's going to have YouTube buttons right there. They're red. You can see them. Okay? Let me go back to the camera stuff. Back to the YouTube. You get the idea. Okay? So anything I press here is going to load over here. Unless it's sounds. If it's sounds, then they're going to load over here on this one. And that's this button. Sounds home. It's going to load over here. Okay? Because that's how I chose to do it. I wanted my sounds to load there. Everything else loads over here. Anything utility like camera stuff, YouTube stuff, any kind of miscellaneous tools, things like that. They're going to load over here. That's just the way I chose to have it set up. Each thing is its own profile, though. Sounds home, that's a profile. If I have different categories of sounds, they're going to be profiles. Because as far as I can tell, I think you can have probably an unlimited amount of profiles, maybe. I don't know. I haven't pushed it to the limit, but I haven't I haven't ran into a situation where I couldn't create another profile because it's not allowed or something like that. So anyway, I'm going to go up here and click on my devices where it says Stream Deck XL, that little arrow. I'm going to click that. That drops down a menu that it doesn't show you for some reason. You can't see it, but it drops down a menu and lists all your different Stream Deck devices that you have. So it lists all of these on mine, okay? So I'm going to go to the Stream Deck Plus, and now you're seeing that. And that's the camera stuff button and the YouTube stuff button and the sounds home button. Okay. So let's say, let's see, what can I do? If you wanted to make another profile, you would go to the navigation over here on the right. Okay. And you would go and select this one, switch profile, and you would click on it and drag it on over here and drop it on a button. Okay. And then you can just label it whatever you want right here. New profile. Okay. That's easy enough. So then this picture right here that I'm circling, if you want that picture to be different, you just click on this little down arrow right here in the top right corner of it, and it brings down a little menu that you can choose from. Set from file, create new icon, or open Stream Deck icon library. I'm just going to say set from file because I have a all black picture that I'm going to use. When you choose set from file, it opens up where you can navigate to where you keep your pictures on your computer, like which folder. So you can navigate to the folder where you keep your pictures. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to select my all black square that I use when I just want like an all black background behind these words, okay? And so now you can see it says new profile. Okay. Now it's down at the bottom. If you don't want it down at the bottom, over here where I'm circling, that little T with the little down arrow, if you click that down arrow, it brings down a little text menu. You can pick whatever font. You can also pick the font size. You can also pick if you want it at the bottom, the text at the bottom, the middle. You see how it changed over there? Okay, and then you can pick top and it changed over there. I like doing it in the middle. Makes perfect sense. And then you can also change the text color, which I'll change it to yellow just so you can see. Just like so. And now it's yellow. Okay? And it's yellow up here too. All right, so then from there you would change, let's say I want this button, when I press it, I want it to open up on the Stream Deck XL2 over here on this side. Okay, this one. So I want this button when I push it. Oh, hold on a second. When I push this button up here, let's say I want it to open up over here. Okay? So right now I need to go make a new profile for the Stream Deck XL2. So let me switch this first. This device up here, I'm switching it to the Stream Deck XL2 so that I can make a new profile in here, okay? So I'm going to create a new profile. I'll have to find a way to show you how to do this some other time, maybe on a different tutorial, because it doesn't show you all these windows. So I'm just going to say new profile. I'm going to name it that just as a test. Okay? So now that I've created that new profile, now I can go back to the Stream Deck Plus right here. Okay? Click on this new profile button right here. That brings up my things down here that I need to select. So because I want it to load over here on this Stream Deck XL2, then I have to select that device from the device menu. So you click on that menu, it drops down the list of your devices. You select the Stream Deck XL2 or whichever device you're wanting it to load on. As you can see, it says Stream Deck XL2 right there now. And then profile, I would click on that and select the new profile that I just created. And it's called New Profile. So there's that. So now when I press this button right here on my Stream Deck Plus down here, right here, when I press this button, it's going to load the new profile over here. As you can see, there's a button there right now. The new profile won't have any buttons. So now I'm going to press it. This is the new profile. Okay? Now we have Sounds Home right here, which I created before. That's got that one sound right up here. So let me press the Sounds Home button right here on the Stream Deck Plus. And now it's got my sound right here. Just like that. Okay? So that's kind of a little bit of a rundown on how things work and how I have mine set up. I use profiles mostly. And then the pages, different page, you can have up to 10 pages. If you run out of these buttons on the Stream Deck Plus, you can always make 10 more pages on the Stream Deck Plus as well. And then we're not even jumping into these knobs, these red knobs here. I mean, you can, and what I use it for is like my microphone volume, my system volume, my browser volume, things like that. Or my key lights, I can turn those, fade them down to not as bright or make them brighter, different temperatures on them. So many things you can do with the Stream Decks. But I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a idea on how I run mine. Let me just kind of quickly, if you look here, you've got camera stuff, you've got YouTube stuff, and you've got new profile and Sounds Home. I've chosen to only use the Stream Deck XL2 over here on the right, this one, for sounds. And then this side I use for everything else. So that's kind of how I've done it. So if I click on the YouTube stuff button right here on my Stream Deck Plus, it loads it over here. Okay? And this will show when I press this one, it'll show how many viewers are watching my live. If I press this chat bubble thing, it will send a message to my live chat, whatever message you configure it for. Let me kind of go there and show you that. So I need to change this up here to Stream Deck XL. Okay? And here's these buttons. So if I press on this chat bubble one, it brings this down here. This tells you this is how you configure it, okay? So you have to sign in with your YouTube account, and that's my YouTube account. And then it tells you which you pick which live stream you want the live chat message to go to. I just keep it on latest. That way it'll do the one where I'm currently live. And then you put your message. This here, mine says join our Discord, the vlog spot here, and it's got the link. So when I press that button on my Stream Deck XL, right here, it will go into my live chat. That message will. It's really awesome. And then, oh great, I need to go change my camera view. So I go over here. Oh, it's not there. Okay, I go here and press camera stuff. Okay, and it loads over here. And if I need to change my camera view to just my main camera and without all this other stuff on here, then I just press main cam and there it is. And then I just go back to this. I think I've kind of covered most everything for the most part. Um, there's so much more you can learn about Stream Deck. I've learned it all from YouTube. So I thought I would share. I know I had a few people of my vlogging friends show some interest in wanting to know a little bit on how to get started with the Stream Decks. So I thought I would throw together a quick little tutorial and see how it goes. If you want more information, if you have any certain things that you want to find out how to do, just drop it in the comments and I'll see. Maybe I'll do another tutorial. You never know. But anyway, hope everybody enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Again, please click that subscribe button. I am trying to grow my channel. And click the bell icon so you'll know when I upload new videos. Also, click that like button and comment below if you would. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.